It seems like there's nothing like a natural disaster to get Hollywood's imagination going. But do movies like the Poseidon Adventure reflect real life or distort it?
Nothing matches Mother Nature gone wild in those weather disaster movies. The special effects can blow an audience right out of their seats. And you'll definitely think twice about going on a cruise after seeing Poseidon. An enormous ocean wave, bigger than anything ever recorded, capsizes a cruise ship, and only a few passengers survive. In another maritime movie, global warming causes water to cover the Earth. The science is so shaky in Waterworld that Kevin Costner even grows webbed feet. And take a look behind his ears.
Gills.
Is good science a myth in these movies? It's hard to tell when convincing visuals give life to fictitious weather catastrophes, from inland hurricanes to an imaginary ice age.
I mean, cinema makes good science and bad science equally realistic.
Author David Kirby attended a recent National Science Foundation meeting of scientists and entertainment producers.
You should worry about the small details.
Their topic, legitimate science in TV and film. Kirby says audiences can be naive, some worrying about lava in their own backyards, for example, after seeing Volcano. In that movie, Tommy Lee Jones has good instincts when he first discovers a problem beneath Los Angeles.
Find me a scientist! Somebody tell me what the hell is going on!
You have to have the right scientist.
That would be Jake Lowenstern, the geologist in charge of the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory. So how realistic is a lava flow down Wilshire Boulevard?
Los Angeles is not one of the more likely places to have a volcanic eruption anytime soon. That one was a little bit outrageous.
Lowenstern says movies need a scientific base. Case in point, another volcano movie, Dante's Peak.
This mountain's a ticking bomb.
Pierce Brosnan, the scientist, predicts the eruption. It's an explosion of ash and gases, obliterating buildings, toppling trees, and spreading destruction for miles.
That's one of the scenes that probably is the most scientifically accurate. We know from when Mount St. Helens erupted, it blew outwards and it laid all the trees down in one direction.
Kevin Furlong and Chuck Ammon used clips from a dozen movies to supplement a course at Penn State University on natural disasters.
Every clip is another exercise in critical thinking. Was that real? Was that fake? Is that realistic or is that completely unrealistic?
The professors find the worse the movie, the better the teaching tool. One of their favorites? Twister.
Cow.
Cows are flying through the air. You can hear them move.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
I mean, am I right with this thing's going to go by you so quickly you don't even know it's a cow?
Oh, sure, because you know that it's going at, what, 200 miles per hour or faster?
It's moving at bullet speeds.
Some people got very angry about this in the weather profession because it makes it look like you don't need to get out of the way of a tornado.
Well, I think there's always that risk with any of these natural disaster movies that you are making it appear that people can survive them.
Here's a shot of Hurricane Katrina. There's the eye of the storm.
The class arms these students with the knowledge of real weather catastrophes.
Katrina storm surges were on the order of 15 feet and in a couple places up to 30 feet.
But the storm surge in The Day After Tomorrow nearly covers the Statue of Liberty, a whopping 300 feet. That's 10 times the size of Hurricane Katrina's storm surge.
I think we're on the verge of a major climate shift.
In this 2004 blockbuster, global warming triggers a change in ocean patterns, setting off hailstorms in Tokyo, tornadoes in Los Angeles,
This tornado just came and erased the Hollywood sign,
and the enormous tidal surge that engulfs Manhattan. The movie's visual effects supervisor was Karen Gulikas.
You start all of these and you say, okay, it's a 30-foot storm tide, a wall of water, but then you look in the shot, and in some shots 30 feet looks too wimpy, and so you just scale it up. What are you going to do? Show the water going up to the ankles of the Statue of Liberty? I mean, you know, it's obviously if the Statue of Liberty is getting covered over, it's like, uh-oh, we're in big trouble.
let's go!
The biggest trouble? An ice age that flash freezes most of the world. These clearly made-up weather events in The Day After Tomorrow still resonated with the audience. In one study, a Yale professor found that after watching the movie, viewers were encouraged to engage in personal, political, and social action to address climate change. The Day After Tomorrow dramatizes global warming with scenes like this.
The whole damn shelf is breaking off!
These glaciers are so beautiful.
Al Gore's 2006 documentary, An Inconvenient Truth, makes the same point with actual video of ice shelves calving. Which shots have more impact?
And if you were flying over it in a helicopter, you'd see it's 700 feet tall. They are so majestic.
Wait a minute. That shot looks just like the one in the opening credits of The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's our shot. That's a fully computer-generated shot. There's nothing real in there.
Audiences expect Hollywood to twist fact into fiction.
And just before
But Gore's documentary does the opposite, using a fake shot to make a real point that ice shelves are disappearing, and vanishing ice means global warming.
There was one hell of a shot. I think it's great that he used it.
It seems the decision for now is left to the audience. Can the same created image educate and entertain us about our planet in change?
And it raises another question for you to consider. Is it wrong for a documentary to use a fabricated Hollywood shot to make a point, even if there's science behind it? We tried to ask Al Gore in the movie studio, but neither responded to our calls. John Stossel will be back right after this.